rabbits in the headlights. That's what the UK and US government response is to COVID-19. Nearly always acting about 6 weeks after they should have done so, and only then when in the midst of a panic, likely due to being advised by mad scientists who should not have been let out of their ivory towers. They don't have a clue, not a single clue whatsoever. Literally like rabbits in the headlights, cannot even understand the most basic aspects of what's taking place. If anything should come out of this crisis, then it should be less reliance on governments, though I fear the exact opposite may transpire as governments use pandemics to expand their reach into every aspect of ordinary citizens' lives, which does not bode well for the next crisis. For instance, they've still not figured out the reason why so many ethnic minorities in the UK and US are disproportionately suffering and dying from COVID-19, with promises being made to investigate and likely waste millions on BS academic studies to report back in several months' time.
It does appear, as you say, to be a disproportionate impact of the virus upon BME communities in the UK, and we've also seen that in some other countries around the world as well. And it's for that reason that the Chief Medical Officer commissioned work from Public Health England to better understand this issue. There are a number of reasons for that have been posited, and it's right that we do thorough research swiftly so that we can better understand it and then take any action that is required.
This is something that I'm very concerned about, and I know the Chief Medical Officer is concerned about too. I know he has spoken about that. And I think it's absolutely right that he's asked Public Health England, and who have the expertise, they have the experts to look at this in detail and get a clear understanding of what might be accounting for increased risks and increased deaths in particular ethnic communities. So I think it's important that work is done as quickly as possible. It's also important that it's done properly, so we come to the right conclusions and then we can offer the right support and the right advice. In NHS England, obviously we have a number of our staff working come from those ethnic groups, and we are actively also looking ahead of that work, what we have to do to support and perhaps protect them specifically. So that is work that is actively being undertaken at the moment.
Well, the answer why is straightforward. It is due to relative deficiency in vitamin D. Thus, the darker one's skin, the less vitamin D one produces, especially during the winter months, hence a disproportionately high risk of serious illness and death amongst ethnic minorities at the hands of COVID-19. And there are several new medical studies that confirm what we have known for several months now, that vitamin D3 can help prevent and diminish the severity of viral infections. For instance, the Irish government recently published a lengthy 33-page report that confirms this, which you can read at your leisure by following the link in the description. The fact that the UK and US governments have yet to grasp such a basic science illustrates why I consider the response to the pandemic to be criminally negligent. When the dust settles, there needs to be a proper inquiry to hold politicians and the mad scientists fully to account. Anyway, if you've yet to start supplementing with vitamin D3, then start doing so now. But I am personally taking 4,000 IU, that's 125 micrograms per day. Another point to illustrate the insanity at work in the UK is that even at this late stage, the UK government's lunatic scientists are advocating that the general public do not wear face masks, which I'm sure people in China and South Korea and elsewhere will be viewing with much incredulity. Of course, the reason is because the morons in charge did not prepare for any of this, and so are scrambling around the world for face masks and gloves and other PPE supplies for the NHS healthcare workers and fear advising the general public to mask up, as that would further reduce available supply. The consequences of criminal negligence means that the coronavirus pain is going to run much deeper and far longer than it should have done. Basically, if the UK government was competent, then the pandemic would have been mostly over by the end of March, with perhaps a UK death toll at under 250. This video is excerpted from my in-depth analysis, the whole of which has first been made available to patrons who support my work for $3 per month. So, for immediate first access to all of my analysis and trend forecasts, then do consider becoming a patron by supporting my work for just $3 per month. And remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel for future videos in this series.